How's it going, guys? It's your boy Stas here. Got my good old double espresso. Cheers. I appreciate you all for tuning in, as stocks today are looking very good, and we have to break down the markets, charts, what I'm doing, and 5 stocks in particular I'm watching right now. And we'll also break down a stock that I just locked in profits on, and we'll talk about where my head's at overall with that stock, and again, where my head's at in this market, where we're up one day, down the next, oil's going all over the place, and the VIX is still over 20 points, although it is down over 3% on the day. So guys, we have a lot to break down. Let's just dive into it. If you all find value, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, follow along for more, and let's just get into it. So it is about 11 a.m., not even actually, more like 10:45 a.m. East Coast time, and every index in the US market is in the green. And it looks like the Qs are leading the way, right? Actually, no, I lied. The Russell is up 1.4%. Very strong day for the small caps. You guys can see here the Russell is rebounding. The Qs are up. The second most, up around 1%, as the Dow's up 0.7 and the S&P's up just under 0.5%. And you guys can kind of see similarities between all these charts. They're all in downtrend still on the 30-minute time frame, although we are up on the day. And if I'm looking, or if I pull up the Qs and take a look at it here, guys, look at what I'm noticing. We're obviously, like I said, still in a mini downtrend on this 30-minute time frame, but we are noticing a bullish divergence on the RSI down here. Do you guys see it? And we're also noticing an inverse head and shoulders setup. And even though, we're in this little downtrend, we're actually still holding support at about 690, 695, and we haven't taken out those lows from 2 days ago. Do you guys remember on, what was that, Tuesday, we hit 686? Well, we're maintaining that spot. We held that yesterday. We're holding it today, so that's a good sign. Yeah, we're making lower highs, but we're not following it up with lower lows, at least quite yet. And again, I'm noticing a bullish divergence, the inverse head and shoulder setup, which means, look, we could actually be breaking out here sooner rather than later. And I'm waiting for the confirmation of the Qs breaking through this trend line and the 180 SMA on this 30-minute time frame. If we're able to do that, I think we're going to break out. And SPY, same thing, right? On SPY here, we're noticing an inverse head and shoulders. We're maintaining support over the last 3 days, all while obviously still making lower highs in this little downtrend on the 30-minute time frame. So if this thing can break through 730, 735, I think we could start breaking out on SPY. Same with the Russell, same with the Dow, and looks like Bitcoin, which we're not going to talk too much about it, but Bitcoin is maintaining the 60s right now. We're at 63,000, up around $1,000 a coin as of this video, up around 2%, 1.5%. Not too bad, man, not too bad. So it looks like we have a risk on day on our hands. I'll take it, man. And I'm actually using today's risk on day to lock in some profits. I took some profits on Lam Research. We might as well dive into that right now. Ticker LRCX, which you guys know I've been in this trade for not too long, maybe 3 weeks, right? Nothing too crazy, maybe a month tops, but we started buying it. I started buying it in the low 270s, added some more in the 280s. I just bought some more, I think like 2-3 days ago at 310 on this dip. We saw a pretty sizable dip to about 300, or was it on this dip here? Either way, actually, no, it was the day I rebalanced. I sold some Meta stock right before we got word that they're looking to raise capital to fund the AI build out. So I sold Meta at like 615. Now that stock's at 560. Talk about timing. I took those proceeds and I bought some more Lam Research at 310. I added some Micron at 890, 895, and that ended up, playing out beautifully with the benefit of hindsight, right? Got a little lucky there with the timing of the Meta sale. And look, I ended up locking in my entire profit on Lam Research at $345 a share. I made 20% on the position, again, in less than a month of holding. And look, it could go higher. It could break out. I mean, we could break out further, let's say, if this triangle plays out. But for me, guys, I'm very comfortable locking in the profit here, taking the gains, especially because we hit the upper end of my target. Look, when I'm trading stocks, when I'm swing trading, I'm always setting a goal profit, profit point, right? Whether it's a per share value or a percentage value, right? In this case, I told you guys, I think we're going 325, 350, and we've been testing 350 the last couple of days. You guys see we hit it yesterday in the morning, the day before, and I didn't lock in gains, and I figured this go around, let me lock in the profit, and potentially we can re-enter if it breaks out, maybe we'll do that. But for now, guys, I'm comfortable locking in gains, raising some cash on, after selling Lam Research, especially heading into the SpaceX IPO tomorrow. Not that I'm looking to buy the IPO, but it is nice to have some cash, extra cash available during these volatile times in the market, because look, we could easily go red later today. In fact, the Qs are already giving back some gains. I mean, look, we're up just 0.8% right now, and earlier we were up even more. So if this reverses all the gains, we're going to see some more opportunities in the market today, and who knows, I might be putting that cash to work later today potentially, or at some point tomorrow. So that's a quick update on Lam Research, and of course I post all this in real time on Patreon. I post all my trades, investments. We have a very active private Discord all through Patreon, guys, and you get access to me throughout the day. If you're interested, that's linked down below, pinned in the comments, or go to stocksrfs.com/Patreon if you want to join the community. And of course, that supports me even further. I appreciate all of the members. Man, we've had a lot of members joining recently. I appreciate all of you guys for doing that. So, and by the way, I hope you're finding a lot of value in there. So let's talk about some other stocks now. Amazon, look, I'm very close to adding more Amazon, and part of the reason why I sold Lam Research, locked in profits, is because I want to add even more Amazon. So I'm kind of torn between adding more Amazon or more Micron, and I'm actually leaning towards more Amazon at this point, because the stock's down from 278 to 236. We're down 15%, almost in a bear market, and in my opinion, man, it shouldn't be down this much. And the reason is, there is one big reason, and you might be like, Stas, why is it selling off? Well, did you hear about Alphabet, what they're doing? They're looking to raise capital through a share offering to fund the AI build out. And we're hearing now Meta is looking to do the same thing, which triggered their sell-off a couple days ago, right? And that's right after I sold. Again, I got so lucky on the timing, literally, guys. I legitimately sold Meta on this day right here, right before this drop at 610, I believe, or 612 I got filled, and it dumped all the way to 580 after, and now we're at 558. So we're hearing Google is doing a share offering. Word through the grapevine, Meta's doing the same thing, and that is triggering a sell-off in all these big tech stocks. Amazon as well, because now people are speculating Amazon's going to do a share offering, right? And that's bringing down the share price, as that is a share dilution event, but it's short-term pain for a long-term gain, especially if you believe in the AI story, the AI build out. And I personally think AI is going to make Amazon one of the most efficient companies on earth, and I don't think that's being priced in to the stock by any means right now. So in my opinion, man, I'm I think Amazon's a great buy. I'm looking to buy more here, and it's already my biggest individual stock holding. It's between that and Nvidia, and obviously Nvidia has gone down a decent chunk recently. So Amazon's, it's at the top. It's taken the throne, guys. It's been in the throne now for a little bit. So for me, I think this is a great opportunity to add more Amazon. And again, I might do it later today, at some point tomorrow, whether it's, a huge position or, a little bit, buying a little bit of stock. I'm looking to get into some more Amazon here. The 1-year chart looks great. The 3-year chart looks great on Amazon. So that's what I'm doing. It doesn't mean that that's what you should do. That's what I'm doing here with Amazon, guys. Looking to add more. Simple as that. It's one of my core holdings, and whenever my core holdings drop 10, 20%, I'm for the most part, I'm adding. You know what I mean? TTWO is another one that I'm looking at that I'm not in yet, but I'm very interested in here. This is Take-Two Interactive. I made a short form video on it yesterday, and I kind of screwed the stock price up. I said it was trading at 180. I misspoke in that video, guys. It's trading at 210, but it's still down a good chunk from where it was just a couple weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago. We hit about 260 after earnings. Now we're down at 210. So we're down about 20% from where we were after earnings. And what does this company do, guys? Well, they make video games, and there's this one video game coming out on the 19th of November, which is the most anticipated game ever, probably. It's GTA 6. They've pushed this back so many times, and a lot of people are like, Stas, it's already priced into the stock. I disagree. I think, this stock, if it was at 250 to 275, yes, I think at that point it would be priced into the stock. But here, beaten down to the low 200s, it's not priced in my opinion. And I genuinely believe that heading into the middle of the summer into fall, this stock is going to really start running again. I'm not saying it's going to 300 or 350 or anything crazy, but could this go back to the mid twos? No freaking doubt in my mind. So I'm not in it yet, but I'm very close to adding some TTWO, and it's not going to be, let me make this clear, this is a trade. It's not going to be a massive, trade investment. It's going to be a smaller trade for me at least. But I think it's one that could make money again into that GTA 6 release, and the way it's going to play out, guys. Look, I don't think it's going to run into November, right? I think the stock will start running months before the game actually releases. I think by fall it might be too late to get into TTWO. I think honestly, if you don't get in it this summer, even if you wait till August, it might be too late. Honestly, I think this could be a runner by the end of July. So for me, it's one of those that it's not, you don't have to act now, but if you don't act by the end of summer, you might miss this trade. I think it will do well into the fall, and maybe honestly, I think it will sell off after the release of the game. I think we'll get a sell the news event, but TTWO, either way, I think it's beaten up. Looks pretty good for entry right now. And of course, Micron, we touched upon that already. We're back under 900 on Micron, which this stock, it's probably going to slip a little bit more here. Looks like the Qs, yeah, there we go. The Qs gave back all the gains, guys. Look, this is what I'm talking about. The Qs are now up only 0.25%. We were up 0.8% like 2 minutes ago. So now we're seeing the NASDAQ wiping out gains. This is a big reason why I locked in profits on LRCX, because I kind of knew we were going to go red again. That's how this market has been playing, and I wanted to raise some cash, and now we might be able to buy some more Micron. If this slips down into the mid-high 800s today, I'm probably going to nibble some more. And again, Amazon. I'm so close to adding more Amazon. Those are my top two right now that I'm looking to hammer that buy button on. And AMC, is it 2020 again, guys? AMC is moving like we've been calling out. Look, AMC's up another 6-7% today, trading at 221. And this, what's it called? Cup and handle that we called out a couple of videos ago when the stock was at like 180.90, that's playing out. And I think, honestly, man, I think AMC is going to the 250 range, maybe even higher. But don't get too excited. It's not 2020. It's not 2021. We're not seeing a crazy meme stock run, but it is starting to move. But I don't think it's going to do anything crazy like it did a couple years ago. We're not going to get a Moaz, mother of all squeezes, right? That's not what we're in for here. But I do think this run could have a little bit more juice, right? Some more legs. The run could have some legs here, but nothing really past $2.50 to $3, in my opinion. So there's still money to be made, but I don't know how much more money to be made, right, guys? So what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Now MU's going back over 900. Man, this stock is going nuts. 900, 890, 920. Every time I look at it, it's up or down 20 to 30 bucks from where it was the last time I looked at it. So yeah, what are you guys looking to do? Let me know in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe, and again, join my Patreon if you want to keep up with my portfolio updates, my trades, investments. If you want to be a part of my private Discord, that's linked down below, pinned in the comments, or go to stocksurfast.com/Patreon. And with that being said, cheers. I'll see you guys in the Patreon or in the next video. Cheers.